Well, hello, friends. It's Mike. Hope everyone's doing well and having a good week. Yeah, right now I'm here to talk about what else? What's the big news in the last week? Rush. If you're a Rush fan, man, these are great days. Yes, they are. If you're not a Rush fan, you'll probably never understand, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And if you don't want to go down the Rush rabbit hole, you may want to turn away now. But if you are a Rush fan and you want to go down the Rush rabbit hole, that's what we're about to do. And I thank you for joining me on that, and I would love to hear your comments, feedback, thoughts, opinions, feelings, and anything else you might happen to have a hankering to share. So, I don't know if anyone's been watching either. The RushCon had a watch party Sunday night of their first show in LA. And of course, social media, I get on Facebook and YouTube. I don't do Instagram or any of the rest, but Facebook and YouTube are certainly aflame with awesome video clips and even full sets of the shows. Great to see, really great to see. I'm really excited. The band sounds as good as ever. The lights are better than ever. I mean, Howard always does an incredible job with the lights, and he's had 10 years to take it to a whole other unbelievable level. But I'm not here to talk about lights. I'm here to talk about Rush as a band. But hats off to Howard. I met him one time at the Phoenix show about 2012, give or take. The show had just finished, and I was down on the floor kind of figuring out what I was going to do next, figure out what way to go for the exits. And he was walking by. He had just finished, I presume, at the soundboard and was going off to, talk to somebody or do whatever, and he was walking by. And I just said, "Hey, Howard, how you doing?" He said, "Hi," and I reached out, shook his hand, and just said, "Yeah, great lights tonight," and that was pretty much it, and he went on his way. I didn't want to keep him. I didn't even have time for a selfie, but it was cool to meet the man. He's been with the band since pretty close to the beginning. Like I said, I'm not here to talk about lights or Howard, although I did digress on that. Yeah, Rush. Don't even know where to begin. Just so many thoughts and feelings, and it's an amazing time if you're a Rush fan. Just to have Rush back on tour after all these years and after everything that's happened. So many of us, I think, wrote it off. That that was it. They're retired, and they're probably never going to see Rush again. And if we see them, it won't be the same, and it's not the same without Neil. That being said, maybe it will never be the same, but that doesn't mean it can't be good. It also doesn't mean that it can't be great. I thought they looked and sounded, everything about the other night was great. Geddy and Alex were in excellent form, both with the bass, the guitar, the vocals, just doing excellent renditions of the songs. And Anika Nilles, I was very impressed with her as well. Is she Neil Peart? No, she's no Neil Peart, and no one ever will be. But she brings something really good. She brings something really good to the show, to the band, to the fans. I thought it sounded great. It was very enjoyable. The song sounded good. The song sounded right. Now, as a drummer analyzing this, and before I go down that path, it has to be said that Neil Peart is one of the greatest musicians and creative people to ever walk this planet. We'll never see another musician or writer again like that in this lifetime. He is also arguably one of the most analyzed and scrutinized musicians, not just drummers, but musicians, to ever have walked this planet. So just the gravity of all of that, I got to take my hat off to Anika Nilles to even consider taking that throne with all of the gravity of the expectation and just his reputation and just everything around that. I mean, you've got all of these people who, like myself, I'm a drummer and a writer, and I've analyzed and scrutinized Neil for decades. Many times I'd go to a Rush show and just watch him in the binoculars. And the heck with the other guys. Not anything less, not that I don't care about or love the other guys, but as a drummer, that's what I was there to see. But where am I going with that? So all of that being said, I thought she did a great job. She brought a lot to it, something of her own. Of course, that's where I was going. I was analyzing and scrutinizing everything she was doing with what limited ability to hear, because I was watching the RushCon live feed, and that was off of somebody's cell phone, and there was talking and background noise on the feed, and then where I was, so I couldn't hear everything as well as I would have liked. But I liked what she was doing. She took a little bit of liberties with the fills, which is fine, and also the fills where she didn't take liberties on some of the videos I've seen after. Neil had a very specific way of playing a lot of those iconic fills, not just the sound of it, but physically the way he would do those moves. Very specific way that he did those, and that evolved over the decades as well. And she was doing it very different, and that's fine. It all sounded great, and yeah, we all love Neil, and we're all sad that Neil's gone, but he's gone. We've got to move forward. And this is a chance to have Rush back for one final experience. I'll take it. I will take it. And I thought it was well done, very classy how they honored Neil. Yeah, everything about it was very impressive. Couple of little things in the second half. It sounded like they were kind of rushing a little bit. I'm sure they'll adjust that as they go. That was their first night. Everything was a shakedown and shakedown cruise and figuring things out. Which for a first night, man, that was a very impressive show. Also, and I couldn't hear very well, so I could be wrong on this. So don't quote me. But there's a part in Red Barchetta. I call it the woodchuck part. Are you familiar with the poem, How Much Wood Could a Woodchuck Chuck If a Woodchuck Could Chuck Wood? And if a woodchuck could chuck wood, I would love to watch that and experience that. But anyway, during the guitar solo on Red Barchetta, Neil does, in my mind, and only in my mind, he does kind of a woodchuck, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, that kind of alternating between the bass drum and the snare drum. And I always love that, and I always look forward to that, whether it's the studio recording or live recordings or when I would see them in concert. I would always really look forward to that woodchuck thing. And it wasn't the greatest audio that I was listening to, and it didn't sound like she was going down that woodchuck path. And I was a little disappointed on that. But, you can't have everything. All things considered, very excited, very happy with it. That's my biggest nitpick, and if that's the biggest nitpick, I think they're on the right track. And that's just one lone nut job like myself, knitting and picking. So, anyway, to all the Rush fans, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What are your reflections? What are your ruminations? What are you thinking about all this? Are you as excited as I am? I like to believe, I want to believe that there's a lot of excitement right now in the Rush community. And for the next, how long are they going to be on tour? Possibly the next year or so. We have, we're going to be looking forward to all these awesome videos on Facebook and YouTube, and the technology's better than ever for it to be able to experience things on social media like that. I guess my other gripe is I'm not going to that. The ticket prices have gotten insanely out of control. Too many people need to make money on these things, and it's just I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I can't swing it, and I won't swing it just out of principle. It's gotten out of hand. No disrespect to Rush or anything else, or the people who are going, who can swing it or will swing it. That's your business, more power to you. I hope you have a great time. I would love to go and have a great time myself, but it's just not going to happen. I wish everyone the best, and I wish Rush the best on this amazing tour and this amazing adventure with a new drummer. Rush is back, and I'll take it any way I can get it, and maybe you will too. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking and feeling about all this. Thank you for viewing. Have a great day.